Hello and welcome to Today in Kajabi in 5 minutes. This episode is going to be about lead magnets and how do you set them up. Lead magnets are great for building your list, your email list in Kajabi, and everybody needs to do that. So let's figure out how. There are a few different components within Kajabi that all work together to give you the ability to collect emails and start building your list and start building relationships with potential new clients. First of all, we will need to use the landing pages. Secondly, we will need to use forms. Thirdly, we're going to need to use automations. And fourthly, we're going to also use emails. And so all of these components need to get connected into one thing for your lead magnet to start working. Now, when you're in Kajabi, you start by going into websites, landing pages, new landing pages, and either starting from scratch or using one of the templates. Now, Kajabi has some really good templates for opt-in pages. They've got some really simple ones that work great, and they've got some that are a bit more in-depth that you can put some more information on, requiring a couple scrolls of the page. But whichever one you choose, blank or not, or a template, you start with your lead magnet. You start with your landing page. And the landing page is where you talk about what it is that you want people to, that you want to give people, and where you give them instruction to fill out and submit their information in the form. So the landing page is where you design things, make it look nice, give information. The form is somewhere else in Kajabi. So if you go into marketing and then forms, you create a new form, and this is where you set up the form. So the form isn't built per se on the landing page. The landing page is a place where you put the form. And so in the forms area, you've got some options for double opt-in or single opt-in. And you can, there's some checkboxes there for being notified if you want to be notified if you want when someone fills this out. And scrolling down a little bit, you can see there is some fields. Name and email are the default fields. And then there is automations down at the bottom. So really quickly, a double opt-in form is a form where people fill it out and hit submit, but don't get subscribed to your email list. Instead, they get an email sent to them, and they have to go to that email and then confirm that they want to be subscribed to your mailing list. That is the double point of the double opt-in, going to their email and hitting confirm. Single opt-in is if they just fill out that information, hit submit, and then bam, they're on your list. As far as the information fields, name by default will always be there, and so will email. And name is going to collect the first and last name, and it's coded in Kajabi to do that. So if someone puts in their first and last name, then those two pieces of information will be stored separately in Kajabi in the appropriate places. So you might look at that and be like, well, I want someone's first and last name, so what the heck? Don't add another field that says last name, because if you do, that field isn't actually going to be connected to what Kajabi uses for people's last names. It'll just be an additional information on the customer profile. So you can edit where it says name to be full name if you want, but don't change that name field. Just leave it. And then if you want, you can add additional fields. Lastly is automations at the bottom. And the automations are places where you add tags so that you know what someone's done, and where you connect to an email sequence or send an email. So once your form is built and saved, you go back to your landing pages, you add your form into the page, and then it works. People can go to that landing page, people can fill out the form, people can hit submit, the automations will happen, and the email that you've written will be sent, or the email sequence that you have connected to this will be subscribed to. So if you are doing an email sequence, then you have to go into marketing, email campaigns, new email campaign, email sequence, and then you just build your email sequence there. And that is the sequence that you connect with the subscribe trigger to the form. So that wraps up the full circle of the lead magnet: landing page, form, automations, emails. Go get it. Have some fun.